for tuning in, sports family. Also, go to all social media platforms. Link will be in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you. Yo, hey, what's up? Hey, man, appreciate you being on here. Welcome back, Craig. How you doing, man? It's been a
What's
long season. Glad to have you back. Appreciate you
going
coming
on?
back on the platform. For those who may not know you, kind of been under a rock, definitely introduce yourself and let them know what you do.
My name's Craig Carrot. I'm the Vice President of Football and Cheerleading Operations for American Youth Football, the largest youth football and cheer organization on the planet.
Okay. Hey, man, I like it. I like how you succinct. But yeah, man, it's folks with a lot of questions. I'm pretty sure some of them you kind of expecting that would be asked and stuff. But this year been kind of interesting. I think I've met a lot of teams, and I do want to say this, Craig. I think you should let me and Fanatic, just feature the next draft, man. Just have fun, man. Y'all go enjoy yourself, man. Just let it do the draft or something, man. Maybe that might be something, that you would kind of bless us with. But
We could
how
talk. We could talk. I'm
yes,
always busy at that time, but it is actually one of the actual times I actually get to relax a little before the event starts.
okay, yeah, for sure, man. So like I had the opportunity to see some teams um like the what's the team? I seen a lot more Legacy U. I seen a little bit more of the North Philly Aztecs. I saw quite a few teams out there, that I'm trying to get to know and stuff like that. But what was your perspective on this season? How do you feel about it, man? What was some things that you liked about it and some things that you may have disliked?
I mean, the season itself is, I mean, the teams run their own, the leagues run their own season. It's, the only time when we actually control what goes on is the states, regionals, and nationals. That's under our jurisdiction. So the leagues run their own regular season, but I like it now that we don't that we took away the regionals for the Division One. Last year was the first year. Well, 2 years ago. This year was the second year, and that we bring the state champs that can afford it and can make it down to nationals. We bring them all down because at some point we were we may have had the 1, 2, and possibly the 3 best teams in the country in one region. So at D1, they weren't all making it out of there. So now that everybody has that opportunity, plus it saves those guys money on regional travel and everything else that helps them get to nationals. But I love our bigger brackets at Division One. I love that. I mean, you got some of these brackets you got to play 4 games in 6 days. I mean, you talk about a gauntlet. People could say what they want about what's on the field, but you got to line up against somebody else and play football 4 times and win 4 games in 6 days. That's a gauntlet.
Yes, and I must admit that, man. So when y'all seen the bracket, right? Y'all did the lottery pick, and then we seen some of the teams play in the first round that we thought probably was gonna end up being in the championship, but it
It
didn't
happened.
turn out to be like that. One of them happened to be the OG Ducks and the GMU. They had a lot more other teams that we kind of thought that yeah they might be the Final Four, but it didn't turn out that way, man. But the championship also turned out to be one of the good games as well. So
That 10U championship game was a war.
yeah.
Maryland Heat and Gorilla Mob was a war. How about DMVU and Gorilla Mob? DMVU was up 20-6. Gorilla Mob had to come back and win that game in overtime.
Mm.
I think Gorilla Mob won their first game by a touchdown. They only had one game that they sort of had a little easier of a run, but they played 3 like serious football games in that 6-day stretch, including an overtime. Come from behind, down 14-point win in overtime.
Yeah, and that was the one of the better games that that you guys had or whatever. A shocking one, another one for me. Midwest Hawks at the 9U
Yeah.
end up the dethroning Frankfurt Chargers, and now this is the team that just feel like, man, they it's theirs to win for the next couple of years. But the thing about the AYF, you don't get too many teams that wins back to back. Other than you, of course, you had the Miami Garden Ravens. But far as y'all age group, there's never really just been a consistent winner. Um, so what was your thoughts, man? Were you shocked when Frankfurt Chargers was actually dethroned?
Well, I mean, they were dethroned, but they were dethroned in a very close football game. It's not like they got, that was a game. I mean, the Midwest Hawks lost the year before, and Zula said, I just don't have enough pieces, and I'm going to go get those pieces. And he did. A lot of
Mhm.
guys say, oh, I got to go find these missing pieces, and they just can't do it. Or they think just by finding pieces, they're going to win football games. You still got to coach those pieces. So they went and found the pieces and coached the pieces. So the Midwest Hawks deserve all their flowers for coming back and saying, I knew what I needed to do. I went and got those players, and I coached them up to win a national championship. It's very
Absolutely.
easy to go out and find kids.
So y'all end up also having some folks before y'all end up starting the playoff, the nationals, right?
What do you
Y'all
mean?
had a team like the AK boys trying to get in.
Yeah, but it
And
doesn't
what
work like that.
what was it that they did wrong, man?
They
Just
didn't do anything wrong. They just weren't part of AYF.
okay.
You're not in the AYF league. You don't have membership, and you don't have a roster. It's just like if you were going to another event and they said the roster deadline is X. Well, our rosters are due on September 17th. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And your membership has to be paid, which is a small fee. $40 is your membership per team that puts you in the portal. It's sort of like guys that go on Zorts and have to pay X per kid, but we don't do that. It's $40 per team for the membership, and you got to get that roster in the system. And they weren't an AYF member. This is a membership organization. This isn't a
Got
tournament. Like we've
okay.
never, we're not out there to say we're crowning the overall undisputed greatest football team in the world. We're here to crown the champion of our membership of AYF.
Right. So I wanted to see it, man. I'm gonna be
Oh, it
honest.
would have been great to have them there, but they obviously, guys, we saw it again. You see it every year, and I'm going to bring up the point now, and I know it might not be where you want to go, but I'm going to bring it up. Look, the year before, Rod Mack and the Ravens tried to do both at 13U, coming back off of winning 12U AYF, tried to go to YNC and AYF, and they won nothing because it's too much football.
Mm-hmm.
This year, Ravens, 5-time national champs, try to do both. They lost this year at AYF because they were playing 6 football games in 6 days.
Right. To
The
North
OG
Philly. And I
Ducks,
saw it.
12U, same thing happened to them. And them and the Ravens were in the championship game the last 3 years against each other at that age level. And the Philly Blackhawks took every bit advantage of the fact that they only played in one event. You know what I mean? And they weren't playing every single day. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they didn't win, they won because of that, but it does take a toll on kids, playing 6 football games. The game's not meant to be played like that. That's too many. 4 games in 6 days is too much.
Yeah.
But,
I wouldn't recommend that to nobody. Go
no,
ahead.
me neither. Me neither.
Yeah, keep going, Craig.
But
Go
at
ahead.
the end of the day, they took all advantage of it. Ronnie Flowers, the head coach of the Blackhawks, is a multiple AYF national champ from the weighted days and unlimited days at AYF. He's no slouch. He's coached our 8th grade all-star team and won with the East team at IMG years ago as the head coach. So his team was ready to play, and they rolled as the week went on. They rolled. I mean, they 39-6 against the Ravens and then put OG on the clock at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
And they deserve all the credit in the world for that accomplishment.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I knew for the first time I felt like I did pick Lil Rod and them to win
Of course,
because I felt like people were scared to tackle Lil Rod. right? It's just been the thing that I seen. Like I seen last year, Beast In play versus them, and it seemed like you know they wanted to do everything except for tackle him. So I'm like, okay, well, they're gonna be scared to tackle him. But nah, I seen when we went up there, we didn't see you up there either, too.
Oh, you were up there? I didn't
Yeah,
see.
we came up there and we watched the them play versus the Miami Garden Ravens, and then I also seen the OG Ducks playing versus Watkins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was somewhat simultaneously, but they was right next to each other. So
Okay.
we had a chance to, watch both games. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. I was shocked. They was giving Lil Rod all that he can handle. And then I seen that Bounty Boys, the Watkins game, I'm sorry, versus the OG Ducks. That was that right there, man. They was going back and forth. They was literally, you thought Watkins was gonna pull it off. Then you look at OG, they come right back, and they had just played.
Yeah.
Both of them teams had just played at the YNC
The night before, very
the
late
night
too.
before.
Very
Both
late.
of them lost.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But think about this. Let's not. I understand they were giving Little Rod everything and tackled him. Little Rod was also playing his 6th football game in 6 days. How many he's a horse, and you feed the horse and you whip your horse to the finish line, and he's one of the most dynamic youth football players that I've seen in my whole 25 years of doing youth football. But at the end of the day, it was a lot on him. It's on a fresh day, he's a different kid. That game's played on day one. He's a different kid.
Okay.
Come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
He was getting hit for 6 days.
Sure.
It's too much.
And then you playing versus the DEA, right? Yeah. DEA, I think they lost 46-16 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't even.
Then you come back and you play versus a really good team in the North Philly Blackhawks. Okay, then we talking a really, really close game versus the Georgia Eagles. I think it ended up being like a 12-8 game, right? The Georgia Eagles beat the OG Ducks.
Yeah,
right?
It was a close game.
Yeah, really close game. So that was a gauntlet going through it. And then you got to come back and play a really good Watkins. And so, man, I knew that they was tired. So me seeing it though firsthand, though, Craig, it gave me a different perspective because I'm like, man, look, if they're gonna do it in the same week, you really can't do it. But
I always say, play 2, win 0. That's you know what I mean. Play 2, win 0. You got to focus on one, and you have a better shot of winning something.
Yeah, so that was something that you probably was more privy of than me, but I had to see it to really.
It's tough.
Yeah, I definitely seen that. But man, so we had a couple teams, man, that I definitely want to talk about, man, that end up not being able to finish the Nationals. One happened to be 808 Elite. I basically read what was stated, and then they told me, oh, it didn't happen like that. Could you speak to the 808 first? What happened?
I'll speak to the fact that it was a dual participation violation against AYF rules, and we got to keep that internally, but It was a dual participation situation. And I even let them come back and play another game the last day against the team that had lost again, just so they got another game, because they did travel far. But it's the end of the day, everything is acknowledged on our end and their end, and everybody understands what happened.
Okay. All right, because I know,
you got to remember, parents don't know the rules. Parents go on the internet and start stating stuff, or social media people, they don't know the rules. And I'm not saying 808 Elite did anything to violate the rules on purpose. They may have not understood them either. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is the rules have to affect everyone. And it is what it is. It's one thing we're structured, we're organized, and our rules matter.
Got you. And so the other one, right? Because I know you probably limited to what it is you can talk about. The other one, I just want to acknowledge them, was the Las Vegas Rebels. and pretty much the same. It sounds like the same thing.
No, same but different. So the one we talked about first was kids playing on other teams that didn't have anything to do with AYF in Hawaii, and this one was kid playing on two AYF rosters in two different leagues in two different states.
Okay, so
different, totally different scenario, but both dual participating.
Got you. Now, I understand that you guys are, heavy on the rules. Y'all very heavy on the rules, which is what keeps the prestige, of the AYF, right? Basically, people know that they can't get away with things, so they got to go by the book.
Well, if they don't, and we're not. Let's put it this way: I'm not a detective. Okay. My staff, we're not detectives. But if people bring something to our attention and they bring proof to it, like we don't go out and do the detective work. Just because you call me on the phone or send me a text message and say this kid's on two teams doesn't mean I'm going to start going out looking for it. Come to me with goods. Come to us with proof and facts and hard evidence. And if the facts are proven to be true, then the violation will be looked into and it'll be handled accordingly. But we don't go out there looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Not out there. I can't go out and look all over the country and see what kids are doing. It's impossible.
Okay. So this was something that by Luke, right? I'm kind of going into him early. He said, so what happened with the earpiece falling out of Winslow player's ear? It says picked up by the ref.
I have no idea what that question's about. I have no clue.
So do you do AYF allow coaches to coach?
There's no electronic devices, but nothing has been, not to this date. I have not. This is the first thing I'm ever hearing about it. So
okay, because I'm gonna be honest. At the other event, right? I'm gonna give you a respect not to mention other.
No, you can mention it. There's no problem. Nobody.
Right. Yeah. Listen. So at the YNC event, there were some who actually had the earphones.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this,
that's fine. Yeah.
So, but y'all don't allow those.
No, there's no electronic communication devices in AYF. But again, that question that was put on the board, it's the first time I've ever seen it or heard of it.
Okay, so I just be having to give you a little bit pushback, Craig, you my guy. So just to get you to see certain things. All right, so going to the Rebels. So from my understanding, right, it was because I had the coach on here. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I didn't.
I had the coach on here. So basically, they were saying that it was one kid that was on the other roster, right, and that was stemming from them moving. Right, they were moving from a different location. They were playing on a team before. They moved to a different location, and then they end up playing with them. So do you not have a rule that say, listen, man, if you're moving out of state,
Coach.
Yes.
It's not what happened. It's not what happened. Okay. All I can tell you is, without starting the biggest bunch of crap I could start, is the kid was on another team in another AYF league, and he played in the championship game November 8th for the other team in the other league in another state. Now, I didn't want to bring that up, and I didn't want to say it, but I'm not going to allow the coach to come on here and lie. Okay, so
what?
Yes, that'll be my last comment on it, and we'll move on. So trust me when you don't believe everything you hear on the internet.
Man,
the last thing we want to do is do what we had to do. You know what I mean? The narrative will always be spun in the direction. I'm not saying the guy did it on purpose. I'm not saying the guy cheated. It's just the way it turned out.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. Trust me. It's a fact.
That's wild. Because I'm thinking one game, with a team, we move out of state.
No, if that's the case, that's another story. But that's not. But you would make everyone aware of that if that was the case. So you didn't have a problem. You understand?
That's wild, man. Listen, bro.
Let's go to the next topic.
All right, yeah. All right, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But so all right, so far as the teams, man, how how are you going to go about this whole D2 situation? Because I ain't going to lie to you, Craig. I am so tired of teams that are too good wanting to go to D2 because they want to win a championship that bad. Like, I'm tired of it.
I don't think it's that bad anymore. I think we've done a decent job. I mean, of getting the teams to moving in the other direction. I mean, if somebody wins a D2 championship 2 times in a row, they got to move up. I mean, we don't do it on 1 year. So I think I don't think I think our D2 was pretty good this year. We had some really good games. We had a lot of overtime games in D2. I mean, in my opinion, is there some guys that I call D1.5 that are playing in D2? They might not be D1, but they might not win a game at D1, but they could compete, but they're really not D2. Yeah, that's probably the case. We always joke that a couple teams are D1.5.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the teams, one of my favorites, which was the EP Calvaries. I thought that they did a disservice by trying to do D2. However, it is what it is. Good team, got a lot of exposure. One of the teams that actually made the rankings. And I'm just saying, once it get to that point, man, sometimes you just gotta be like, look, bro, I know that y'all feel like y'all was a D2 team, but nah, y'all got to come over to this D1 side.
But they never won anything here. So that's where it's hard for me to force them.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They have no track record of winning anything. They lost in the regionals in D2 the year before. They didn't even make it out to nationals. This is their first time at nationals.
So have you ever thought about making it somewhat of a rule that if you win D2, you have to go, like if you win D3,
win twice.
You gotta go D2.
We the unwritten rule is twice.
Okay.
So like the River Boys won 7 and 8U, so their 9U went up this year to D1. They won 7 and 8U the last 2 years. They moved up to 9. I have another team this year that's won 2 of the last 3 years. We got to have that conversation next. You know what I mean? But we haven't had it with them yet. So, and I'm not going to have it on here. So I got to talk to them first. But yeah, no, we generally have a two time.
So they also they had a team from I don't know who it was that was supposed to have played. They said they came out there all the way to the Nationals. I'm not sure. I think it was y'all. They came all the way to the Nationals, but they didn't play for whatever reason. What do you recall what team that was?
Not at all. The only team that was the Staten Island Hurricanes 8U that the bus broke down and half the kids flew and half the kids were on a bus with their families. And those kids that were there didn't have enough other players because when the bus broke down, the bus company told them they couldn't get them a new bus to Virginia till Monday. So their parents all called relatives and went home.
Gotcha.
That was the only team that was supposed to be there that didn't make it. And some of their kids were there. They just obviously wasn't 11 of them to play.
Okay. So, I had a lot of eyes on y'all, right? I got a lot of folk called me that said, look, I know you said X, Y, and Z about these AYF teams, man. I can't watch the lives. I can't do this. I can't do that. What's going on, man? Like, because we got to figure out something. I'm used to my guy, EF, Time Out with Tone. We watch their lives. We keep up with, some of the events and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was very hard getting to the live. What was going on with that?
I don't know. I mean, they didn't come this year. Those guys filled out media passes and didn't pick them up.
Oh,
so I don't know. I have them on the list. They had their passes waiting for them. They didn't show up. So I don't know. We play 300 games in 6 days on 9 fields. It's not like, 70 games in 4 days. I mean, it's 300 games. So we have a company that streams all 300 games and they sell a package and you get all 300 games.
Got you. Well, I'm just saying, far as on like a lot of the folks that we had paying attention because they trying to get acclimated with a lot of these AYF teams as
Right,
well.
right,
You
right.
know, because we started talking about a lot of them. Now, folks, they like, okay, y'all say they was good, we want to play them. Y'all say that we want to play them. So
Right,
we
right,
were,
right.
it was kind of paying attention to them, and they just couldn't get through on that live, man. And we would just so happen to be one of them. So I think honestly, the ball was kind of dropped there,
Yeah,
but
there nobody. I mean, the internet's open on the park. There was guys out there streaming stuff from the from behind the fence that we don't stop them. We have a company that sells it, but nobody's out there saying put your phone down or stopping people from doing it.
oh, okay. So I guess it's the other rumor because they said something about it's a cell tower that's stopping
Guys,
other.
there's nobody stopping anybody from
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
I'm too goddamn busy worried about playing 300 games to worry about a guy shooting a game and putting it on the internet. Nobody, you know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't affect the guys that want to buy the football junkies that want to buy the thing and watch it for 6 straight days. They buy it. Believe me, they buy it.
Okay. So and then this is another measure, for next year's safety and stuff like that. They had an incident. Is there new measures that you guys are planning to take, or
Well,
you
I mean,
know,
I really can't get real into the situation except for to say the situation had nothing to do with football. It happened in the parking lot. It didn't happen inside. There was 14 sheriffs in the park.
right?
Everybody got wanded. Everybody's bags got checked. Everybody inside the facility was safe. We never stopped playing football after the incident. No one was, and the incident was non-football related by two people from the same town, out of state, over a bag that belonged to someone else. It had nothing to do with the football game. It had nothing to do with Johnny being mad at his coach Freddie because his kid didn't play. Nothing to do with anything. What happened there could have happened in the Walmart up the street.
Absolutely.
Any
So
part.
no, I say that because like I want to make sure that first of all, people behave. That's number one.
I had
They-
$100,000 sheriff bill.
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody can tell me
Woo.
everybody was safe inside that park. Trust me when I tell you.
That's a
Okay,
big deal.
okay.
And that's a
So
big
there
deal.
was 14 sheriffs. There was nobody left. Nobody ran out of there. Everybody stayed on the field with their kids, played football. Everyone inside the park felt safe. There was no issues. You know what I mean? The only person that had issues was me having to deal with it,
Mhm.
and everybody else. You know what I mean? But at
Right,
the end
right.
of the day, we put we did some more measures the last 2 days. Added sheriffs to the parking lot. Spent some more money that we didn't want to spend because somebody decided to be stupid, if that's the nicest way to put it.
Right.
And but we did it, and everybody was safe there. Unfortunately, you can't control that. You know what I mean? That's inside the perimeter of that facility was as safe as it could be.
Absolutely. And that was my first time seeing it. I'll be very honest. I think that the facility is really nice.
It's
I thought,
gorgeous.
yeah, I thought it was very nice. I like how all the teams were very close to each other.
Yeah, it's 4 and 4, and then a
Mhm.
stadium. I mean, it's two squares and a stadium. And like I said, it's some of the nonsense where parents can't help themselves from, excuse my language, talking shit is because on some fields there isn't two sets of. You have to be on the same side, the fans,
Mhm.
because on the far outside of the facility on 7 and 6 or whatever those two on the far right, the football fields, though there is no fence on the other, the fence on the perimeter backs up, so you can't put fans on the other side. So I don't play championship games over there because obviously you want fans on both sides of the, when fans are separated, it's a lot easier. You know what I mean? Than having
Right.
them together. That's the only downfall to the way the facility set up to me is that, we can't have the fans together. That creates nonsense.
Right. Uh Dedrick says, ask you, did they recover his speaker box at the NCG?
If we did, it's in the pod in Fort Myers. Talk to me next December. I'll let you know. It's in Packrat. If I did, and I won't see it till next December.
Oh wow. Yeah. But
So
nah, man, I think overall, man, if because it's a very integral part, as far as the growth. I know y'all got a lot of teams. I do think that you need to try to figure out some other type of measures when it comes to like the live streaming and stuff like that, because you had a lot of people that just love football, that wanted
Oh,
to, like watch it, that couldn't go there and stuff like that. Luckily I went, what I'm saying? So I was able to see and film, a few games and stuff like that. I seen some of the NWO game when they played versus the CBE, Carolina
yeah,
Bulldogs Elite. I seen
yeah.
that one. I seen the other two games that I mentioned, and then I also filmed the East Side Babies versus North Philly Aztecs. So, I had a chance to, film some stuff, but there are also some games that I would have loved to talk about, because people was like, man, why y'all only talking about
You
these
you
people?
want to look at games? I'll give you access to look at all the games you want in your spare time. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
I have every single game,
Okay,
all
cool.
300. I have. You tell me what games you want to see, and I'll send you the links to watch them.
All right, definitely. We could do that. But overall, man, what are some things that you looking to enhance? Hold on, who is that, Micah? What are some things that you felt like that you could have added, or just that you wish that you would have added to the venue to kind of enhance it, the experience for the people that went there.
I mean, I can at some point. There's also venue rules and everything else. You know what I mean? So, we do what we're allowed to do, and again, when you're, we were in Orlando for many years at a grass facility, and it served its purpose. But on Sunday, the fields looked great, and on Friday, they looked like complete crap. So, from that standpoint, being in an all turf facility, fields look beautiful every day. So, you got to got a good give and take. If the venue allows me to do certain things, doesn't allow me to do certain things, I have to be happy that I have the facility I have in the field. So there's not a lot more I could do. I mean, we moved the check-in to the stadium, and we did it outside, and we set everybody up on the lawn out in the back, and we had a DJ, and they had the bar open for the parents out there, the Cove. It was the check-in day was amazing. I mean, the
Mhm.
check-in day was just like a big party outside. Everybody loved that. That was the first time, instead of cramping people into a hotel and having everybody swarm in a little hotel area to check in. We were outside. The food trucks were pumping. The DJ was rocking. It was, that was a fun day. But from the football standpoint, I'm happy with our football. I mean, we do things different. I mean, it's just a different atmosphere and a different environment. It's more line them up and play football, and you know not as much pomp and circumstance, from that standpoint. But at the end of the day, I think we do a really good job, and the staff and the guys that work with me do a really good job of being organized. And I think rarely you're gonna have a tournament with 300 games in 6 days, and you're rarely gonna find ever that a game gets changed. Or times get changed, or I got guys like the OG Ducks 12U were supposed to play in the morning, found out they had to play at night at the other place, then had to turn around and play by us in the morning. Like, that stuff doesn't happen here. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? You know what you're doing. You're upfront with everybody about it, and it. Call me a purist, call me old school, call me what you want, but it's working for us, and our members are happy. Maybe people on the outside looking in, it's not what they want. They want a different vibe or whatever it is. But, at the end of the day, it's a football tournament, and we're here to play football and put them in the best facility probably in the country to do what we do. I don't know too many other places that can, or people or staffs or organizations that could do what we do in 6 days. It's a lot.
Okay.
Coach, you spoke about D2 as well, and one of the teams that
Who's
got
that?
on our rankings
This
is
is
this is
Mike.
Micah. Yeah, how you doing, Coach?
Hey, good.
Uh, One of the teams that got on our rankings is Palmdale, and they told us that they wanted to move up to play D1, but I guess once you lock in whichever division you're in at the top of the year, you can't move. Is that true, or is that?
No, you can always move up. You can't move down. But they also were, Palmdale was in the same league with the OG Ducks. So OG had locked into D1. Oh, hey, now I know who it is. OG had locked into D1, I guess, in their league, and they were into the D2 side. So whatever their league may have not allowed them to move up, but we certainly did not allow them to move up. That could be a league, local league thing saying, hey, you told us you're this by this day, we're not letting you move. Our leagues could do that.
Okay. And my next question is, what happened to Top Dogs 13U?
No idea. No idea. They were in Columbus League. I don't know. I have no idea. You'd have to ask them and the guys that run the Columbus League. I have no idea where they went. They were there the year before and they were gone. I guess they wound up at C1N or something.
No, that wasn't there either.
Oh, you're talking about the 13U.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 13.
From what I understand, that speaking to the guys from Ohio Armor Navy that were AYF guys from the year before, there was some kind of dissension in the ranks between them and the guys between the Columbus and the Cleveland Akron guys, and that team fell apart.
Yeah, I think from my information, man, listen, I don't even feel confident talking about, the source and information that I received. But from my information, they were supposed to partake in the Nationals, but they broke up for the FBU.
I heard the guys on the Columbus side went to FBU. Yes.
Yeah. So that's from my understanding.
And BJ and Terrence and them on the Armor Navy side were very, very upset. They had a couple meetings, tried to get all the parents back together. It just didn't work. So they pulled out, and then I guess they took their team and took some other kids and went to C1N as Armor Navy.
Mm.
So, I don't know, but that was definitely not their regular season team. So whatever they're allowed to do at C1N, I don't know. I don't know much about that. So I'm not mocking it or anything, but whatever it was, they allowed them to go there as Armor Navy and they played there. But no, I know they were very upset about it. So yeah, I don't really know, but we definitely missed them. Those guys were good dudes the year before when they won at D2.
Oh,
I got a question. Yeah. Is there going to be more expansion this year? Because I've seen some people kind of already posting about joining AYF. And I was just wondering, are y'all expanding with more leagues regionally?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If I get the phone call, you know what I mean? I take the meeting with anybody that calls, but I haven't taken one meeting yet for 2026.
Okay.
I don't do 2026 till January 2nd.
Okay.
I'm putting my 8th grade All-Star game together right now for Dallas on January 24th. So we're in the mix to that. We're leaving in 3 weeks for that. So we're trying to get that organized, and that's taking a lot of time right now.
So AYF is putting together an All-Star team?
This is our 19th year doing our 8th grade All-Star.
Man, I
East
ain't
versus
know
West,
this,
top
man.
60 in the country. Bijan Robinson, Bryce Young, Kayvon Thibodeau, Spencer Rattler, all those kids played in this game when they were in 8th grade, plus many more. Many more guys in the college right now that are star players that played in this game. Yeah, it's our top 60 East and West. We're with the NFL. We've been at the Pro Bowl the last 5 years, but since the Pro Bowl is not the Pro Bowl, it's a standalone event, and it's 2 days Super Bowl week now. The NFL moved us to the East-West Shrine Bowl, the college all-star game. So we're going to be in Dallas at the Star over there by the Cowboys, and our kids are going to be playing over there January 27th is our game. So we take 60 kids. Yes.
Is it a reason? Do y'all think about going to 7th grade, 6th grade, or are you going to leave it at 8th?
No. That's just our 8th. That's our signature event on our 8th graders on their way out of the league. No.
Okay.
We're not trying to get into the all-star game and pay all-star game and all that. That's a different lane for different people.
Okay, yeah, because I was about to ask you, what was the qualifications for who y'all select?
They're selected by kids that went to nationals and other kids that didn't make it by their coaches nominating them. But we have a general manager for the East and West. Our 2 head coaches for the West, our head coach for the West is Larry James, the OG Ducks 13U head coach, and Mike Mitchell, the Watkins head coach. That's the East and West head coaches this year. Last year, East West played in Orlando before the Pro Bowl, and our kids all went to the Pro Bowl and everything. And the East beat the West 34-33 in an amazing game. You can find all these years' games on YouTube. We've been at the Semper Fi high school game in California for 3 years, IMG for 3 years, the Under Armour All-American game, the NFL for 5 years. These games are all on the internet and we've on YouTube, and we've had some really dynamic kids playing this game.
Okay, I got to get a little bit more information about that because I definitely didn't know.
Yeah, the NFL backs us with that, with the play football, and Nike hooks up all the coaches' gear and all the uniforms for free for the kids. I got stuff coming from kids get gear. They come. They need another piece of luggage when they leave. We give them so much stuff. They're going to go to AT&T Stadium this year, do a VIP tour to Cowboy Stadium. They're going to practice 4 times. They're going to go. Their walkthrough is going to be at the Dallas Cowboys Star, the indoor facility. We're going to go to the East-West Shrine game, and then we're going to play our game at David Kuykendall Stadium in Frisco.
I remember when I first encountered Darian, and
he came out for quite a few years.
Yeah, and Coach Al was supposed to be a part of something that y'all was doing. Are you guys still doing it? Like, because I think it was more like some Disneyland stuff as well.
No,
was it Disney World or something?
Well, we did the one year we played our game at the Wide World of Sports with the NFL when the Pro Bowl used to practice there, the pro players. We played our game at the Wide World of Sports the first year the NFL had us play there.
Okay, so I do want to ask the question. For those who are looking, because there are some teams that's out of Georgia that's looking to go to AYF maybe next season or somewhere in the near future. So when you guys select them, what is the requirement from them in order to play that game?
Well, what do you mean for the
players? Because you select them. Right.
I don't select anybody. Like I said, I stay out of the selection so nobody can come. I've never selected a kid once for this game. I purposely insulate myself from that. But I have a general manager for the East and the West who puts the teams together with the 2 head coaches, and they do it based on what they saw from the kids at Nationals. And then for the other spots they need, they do it based on film and everything else they get from their coaches. These are kids that have to play on an AYF team. There's an AYF game.
Yeah. Right, so it can be someone asks, so it can be D2 players as well.
Sure. There's plenty of D2 players coming on the West team. There's a kid from the West Side Cubs on the West team that won the 13U. There's 2 Arizona champions that were in 13U D2. I'm looking at the list right now. There's there's kids from the Comets, Cedar Crest 13U D2. Yeah, there's D2 kids on these teams. Sure. Just because you're play on a D2 team doesn't mean you're a D2 athlete. You could be a really good player on that, but the league that they play in is D2.
So I seen someone in the comments say they want to bring AYF to Dallas. I don't know if it's there.
We have like 5 leagues in Dallas.
Okay. So
at least 4.
AYF is already in Dallas. You probably just need to, I'm pretty sure you can go on the website and see some of the charters that's in
Email
Dallas.
Craig at AmericanYouthFootball.com if you have questions.
So Craig, is there somewhere is there a major state or city that y'all are not in that y'all have wanted to be in?
I mean, there's quite a few areas that we're not in. I mean, we don't have anything like you just brought up Atlanta. There's nothing in Atlanta, obviously, because they run by a different birth date than the AYF. There's not much in the heavy Alabama area where the good football is, but we've had some inquiries in the last 2 months from some bigger name teams that have been on the internet that are talking in Alabama with us because they're playing on a 731 already, and they feel they're at a disadvantage where they're going right now. So, we're talking to some teams there. I mean, and there's quite a few. Yeah, I mean, I need some more D1 in Florida. The Florida Elite's taken over, but they're still rolling on that 7-1. And we tried to work something out with them, but they jumped the gun last year, so that didn't fly. So I don't know. There's plenty of parts of the country. The country's a lot of teams. We have a lot of states. We have a lot, but there's a lot of open areas.
So if these people are interested, they reach out to Craig. And what's some of the core basic things that they need to have? I want to have a charter.
They need to have teams. They need to have associations. And then, like I always tell them, if they say, we have 6 associations, but we'll get more if we do this. Okay, well, then get the 6 groups of guys on the phone and let's all do one Zoom. So Craig doesn't have to answer your questions and you don't have to answer to them and then call me back with their questions. Let's have a Zoom. I try to just have a Zoom with everybody that's interested. You know what I mean? It's the easiest way to do it, and then everything can be done in an hour instead of 6 weeks. Back and forth. So yeah, so we'll do a Zoom with anybody. January 2nd, I'll start setting up Zooms. I'm ready.
And Coach, you have mentioned the birthdays with Georgia, and I just want you to reiterate this because you said it on here before. But if teams and coaches reached out to you and said, "Hey, the majority of us want to go 7-1," you will indeed consider going 7-1. Am I correct on what you said?
That's my membership that we have now. You know what I mean? And yeah, if our membership comes back with putting it to a vote, on the floor at our national meeting and it votes, we do what the members want. You know what I mean? The dates doesn't affect me. I don't have to play. You know what I mean? There's no 52U, so I don't have to play.
And has membership ever came across with that proposition,
There was
or
a
is that
small conversation last year that didn't get enough traction, but the conversation's happening right now. People are talking, and again, I'm not interested in making a change and alienating good members that we have that might not be happy with it for the unknown of what might join. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I know
absolutely?
what I have now. I have good people for the most part, and if they want to be 731, we're 731. If 75% of them come back and say we want to talk about 7-1, then that's a real solid number to have a real good conversation about it. It's not a 51-49 conversation. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It has to be a major majority, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm tired of it because I really feel like some people just want to use it as an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I guess you could use it
Yeah.
as an excuse, or you could use it for what it is. I mean, like I always, this is my explanation on it. And again, feel free to have your own opinion, but I tell my guys, you got a 12U team and you're 731. Go look at your 13U team in your program. Let's just use the OG Ducks. They have a 12 and a 13.
Mm-hmm.
OG Ducks, 12U, you're going to go play a 7-1 team, right? And you're a 731 AYF team. I'm just making up a number. You go look at your 13U team. How many kids are born in July? 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? They're probably not that many. But if those 2 or 3 kids make you better, then that team you're going to play has those 2 or 3 kids that you don't have. But if it doesn't make you any better, then go play the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? If those kids don't make you better, then that ain't helping you. But if they make you better, then in your mind, you have to think the guy has an advantage.
Well, did you use 2 former AYF teams? Okay, we got DMVU Ferrari boys, DMVU No Limit, 2 teams that was supposed to go 7-1, didn't turn out to be the way that they wanted to, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's really coaching. It really boils down to coaching. You see what I'm saying? So
100%.
that's why. We just saying to you to confirm that, listen, man, like we not looking to have people play at an unfair advantage. That's why I tell people, listen, if y'all feel like this is the only reason why certain teams win, okay, put yourself in an even playing field and then go ahead and do it. Show us.
Or don't play if you feel so bad.
Play.
Don't complain about it. But again, I always tell people too, if you play the game and lose, don't complain. Nobody made you play the game.
Oh, it's there.
We know it's there. Trust me. I have Facebook too, and I know it's there. But what I'm saying at the end of the day is, don't play the game and then play the victim. Is that a good way to put it?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Perfect.
That's female. That's not male. You know what I mean? Don't do that. You know what I mean? Play the game and accept the outcome, or don't play the game and say I felt like it wasn't fair, so I didn't play the game. Nobody should be mad at you for that too. Either way.
Mm-hmm.
Either way. But pick a side before you, and after the game's over, accept what happens, whether you win or lose.
So, Craig, did any team at Nationals really just shock you at how well they played or what they did? I think for me, I said North Philly beating North Philly 12U winning. I didn't have that.
Nobody had that.
I didn't have that in my bingo card.
Nobody had that. But
okay.
I did have the fact that somebody was going to be tired playing 6 games in 6 days.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's why North Philly won. North Philly won convincingly. They didn't win 14-13 and 12-6. They won 39-6 and 32-0. So by all due respect, North Philly deserves all the accolades for that performance. They got better as the week went on. They got better as the week went on. I mean, they barely got by East End, didn't they? In a real close game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So North Philly got better. But again, North Philly's coached by a very good coach who has multiple AYF national championships, Ronnie Flowers. The head coach is no joke. And he's been in the mix in the top 4 teams in that thing for a little while. He just, he found a special sauce this year. And again, not discrediting them, but playing the amount of games that OG and the Ravens played is not good. It's not good. It's too much football.
So what was the game was there a team that surprised you? We know they all good, most of them. Some of them won their regionals, state and all that stuff. Was there any team that surprised you?
That won it? I'm looking at my list.
That won it, or just in general? Because there was a team that was supposed to win that we picked. They got knocked off.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, no, there was plenty. I guess North Philly definitely for sure was the one that nobody had, and I don't think anybody really had Winslow on their bingo card either, did they?
Nobody had Winslow.
For sure.
I definitely had Winslow get knocked off. I definitely had them get knocked off.
And Winslow comes from the great state of New Jersey, my home state, so
And I just seen something where Winslow just got number 3 from North Philly Blackhawks.
I saw that too.
So they already heading in the right direction.
Well, let's put it this way: they have them in January. Let's see what happens in August.
Hey, that's a fair statement, man. I'm gonna be honest, because
everything's not the same. Everything's not the same today as it's gonna be tomorrow. You know that.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't staying the course, man.
Mom got to go over the bridge every day to Winslow and pay a toll to play over there. And if he's not getting what he's supposed to get out of there, she ain't going to do that when he can walk to practice in Philly. All right, listen, I don't know how much more you guys got for me, but I got about 2 minutes left of me. My wife's giving me a look.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, you got a question?
Man. I got nothing, man. We appreciate you for coming on, Craig, New Year's Eve, and giving us your time.
No, I appreciate being on. And again, we'll know more about where we're going to be, and if anything changes, and if we make any drastic moves or anything, we'll be happy to come back on and chat.
Please do.
Oh, also, I already talked to him, Fanatic, possibly doing the next draft. So he say talk to him. We'll see where it head from here.
2026 starts on January 2nd. You guys heard me say that already, right?
Absolutely. January 3rd will be bothering you.
All right. Well, listen, send me that list of games you want to watch, and I'll make sure you get copies of them.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, appreciate you coming on. Until next time, definitely for answering these questions. Hey, man, y'all give it up.
Thank you, Craig.
All right, guys. Happy New Year. Have a good night.
You too.
Yes, sir.
I don't think I got that backdrop back there, man. I looked for it. I ain't got that backdrop.
Ah, man, it's in there. Micah probably didn't want to send it to you. He was particular. I said, man, nah, bro. I like this one. I'm not switching nothing.
I like that backdrop.
Let's go into the comment section.
Let's see what they're talking about.
I got some people that was calling. I got a couple calls, but I don't know why it kept hanging up. If y'all want to call in, definitely, call in. The number, I left it I'm gonna leave it one more time. But what's up, bro?
I'm gonna say this, man. I appreciate Craig coming on tonight. The only thing I did want to probably ask him was how has he liked the expansion of the brackets? You feel what I'm saying? I wanted to definitely ask him how has he liked the expansion of the brackets. I think the expansion of the brackets, man, is one of the best things I've seen happen at a nationals. You feel what I'm saying? I think 10 to 12 teams, 14 or 16 teams playing it's real. To me, that's how you get better odds of winning, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how you get a Winslow winning. That's how you get you can get a North Philly finally get over the hump when teams got to really go through a gauntlet to win, not one or two games as a lot of nationals do, like 1-2 games, and then you go to a championship. I think having to play 2, 3, 4 games in a week, I don't know, to me. And to me, it just says like you really had to grind. Like you really had to grind to get this. I see Pop saying 16 teams is a gauntlet. But if you think about even Pop having to play, I think he had to play DMVU, then having to play Legacy, then having to play Maryland, and
You missed it. OG Ducks.
OG Ducks. Then
OG
I think
Ducks.
who was next? Who was next then?
OG Ducks.
OG,
Then it was I think the Legacy.
OG, Legacy,
then it was DMV,
Maryland.
Then it was Maryland.
That's crazy.
That's
OG,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
OG, Legacy, Maryland. That's crazy to me. You feel what I'm saying? That's a crazy way to handle it, man. John Moore. I see you been complaining. I'm just starting to see it popping up. He complaining about the refs. I'm gonna say this, bro. Don't leave the game in the refs' hands, bro.
Yeah, that's hard. But hey, listen, we get it. But that's why,
PA say finally get over what hump? 2023 11U champs. Get over the the Lil Rod hump, man.
Oh yeah,
Finally
bro.
get over
So
the Lil Rod hump, man.
we was already talking about how it wasn't a good look, trying to play both nationals, especially in the same week. And and I was like, bro, if I didn't see it firsthand, I'd probably still be, singing a different tune. Nah, these teams done did it. They didn't been successful. And we just seen, I think in 2019 or something like that, where Miami Garden Ravens won both AYF and NYNC. But my thing is this, bro. On the same week, you go and get blasted by the DEA, then turn around and have to play North Philly, Blackhawks, and y'all lose to them just as bad. Like, bro, a lot of that was fatigue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of that was fatigue, but also most of that was North Philly, them hitting a stride, them being a really good team. I really wish we could have made that game happen with the Georgia Eagles. So we gonna see. I'm gonna definitely be pushing very, very, very hard for that game next season. Hopefully. Nope. They just lost that running back. So I don't see the same. No, that's the wrong one. Let me make sure. Oh no, I'm thinking 11U. I'm thinking 11U.
Which I'm gonna say this though, bruh. I don't like him leaving, bruh. I don't think it's a good move. I feel like, nah, bro. I think he got way more traction at being with North Philly. I think you get more exposure. I think you get more exposure being with North Philly than you do Winslow, despite Winslow winning.
I don't know.
I say that because I'm not familiar with Winslow's players, bruh. I'm not familiar with Winslow's play. Well, prior to winning a championship, I wasn't. Once they won a championship, I went and looked and see. Oh, let me go see what they talking about over here. Prior to winning a championship, bro, I was not familiar with Winslow Elite's players, bro. That kid was a staple at North Philly. You feel what I'm saying? Like I could argue every team they took to nationals, I could name at least one kid off of that team. I couldn't tell you anything about Winslow prior to them going to nationals. So to me, you lose the exposure. You lose the exposure you lose all the exposure, all the traction. And the next question that I would have is, I mean, what's the hell the point of going to Winslow? Are they gonna play games? This man just played. He was just traveling with North Philly. They were traveling, playing travel ball throughout the country, at least the East Coast and the South. You was just playing travel ball. Now you're going to go play with Winslow. And I'm gonna be real, bro. The thing is, a lot of teams will win a national, and that's it. You played locally, you win in Florida for 4 days, you won a national, and you don't do the same thing. But to me, bruh, the purpose of national ball is to really go and test the kids. If all you gonna do is just play in your local area, what's the fucking point in playing national ball?
Mm.
So to me, he losing all his exposure because Winslow has not shown that they're gonna get outside and play a lot of national games.
Hey, we need to call out the haters too. I mean, not the haters, but the liars. Las Vegas
Oh,
Rebels, y'all set y'all black asses on this podcast and lied to Ken and Fanatic. You ain't lying in my face 'cause I wasn't on the screen. You sat your black ass on this show and lied to Ken and Fanatic. You ain't tell us that kid played in that national, regional, whatever game,
championship.
championship game on November 8th. You ain't tell us none of that.
So again, bruh, what I told y'all do, I told y'all behind the scenes, and I'm gonna tell y'all because it's the new year and I don't give a damn coming up. I ain't never believe him. I told Ken Mike, I said, I don't believe it. I don't think they did nothing wrong. And at the end of the day, bro, we gonna keep it 1,000. I don't give a damn who broke the rule and how it was broken. Don't blame the Nationals for what your conference / region / chapter / president should have caught. That is an error that they should have caught. Don't get upset at the Nationals for y'all being not knowing and understanding the rules and being able to know what's going on, bruh. And then if y'all did know the rules and you just said, F it, I'm gonna do it anyway, bro, what you upset for? And now you still gotta play NWO. Really, in all actuality, you gotta pull up to them folks, bruh. You gotta pull up the NWO, bro. It ain't no meeting either, bruh. You
Hey,
don't get
bro.
to
Yeah.
talk all that and
Hey,
don't and
listen.
talk about
I'm
it,
not
don't
gonna
play,
lie
bruh.
to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, Coach. You know you done bucked up, right? I told y'all at the the beginning of the damn season, I'll believe you until you give me a reason not to believe you. But when I find out you lied to me, it's gonna be bad. So to the Las Vegas Rebels 8U team, Coach, you done messed up, brother.
And
You didn't have to come on here and lie to me, bruh. Listen. How the hell you gonna find me to lie? I didn't come to you and say, "Hey, man, y'all got kicked out." Man, y'all got kicked out. You like, bro? I didn't sit there. I didn't say that. I didn't, bro. It didn't matter to me, at the end of the day. But it made it seem like, bro, y'all was getting the short end of the stick, and you the one that, like Ramon said, man, Raymond said, big cap. That's bad, bro. So
Hey,
yeah,
man.
man, we're gonna leave a section for you.
Yeah, we got to then, and I'm gonna leave. We gonna go to wherever else next. But then you said the kid ain't really have to play because he wasn't really one of them kids. So you wasted your nationals on a kid that really wasn't one of them kids. Come on, coach.
That's kind of hard to believe. He said you bought the
That's hard
bottle
to
of beer.
believe now.
Hey, PA said you bought the bottle of beer at what time? Oh yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah, yeah.
man.
Coach, you know you done messed up, right? You
I
know
don't believe
you
it.
didn't
Nah,
mess up.
I ain't. That be these guys that be on here, y'all, allowing these folks to just pull the wool over y'all. Not Fanatic. Y'all see, I sit back like this. I laugh. I like the way he talk, but guess what though? With that being said, the game still got to be played.
Oh, it for sure gotta be played.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get to put your head in the sand like an ostrich and hide. Oh, you gonna play them games though, fool. You don't get to duck and you don't get to talk all that crazy stuff about NWO, then go hide for sure.
That's bad, bro. But I did see something. I don't know if you got something real quick because I talked to Craig or whatever. So I don't know if you wanted to get out whatever it is you wanted to get out. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this right quick, bro. Cause I
Go
don't
ahead, bro.
get it. These damn people, bro. I don't get it. All right, so I seen this, bro. Right, it says breaking as transfer portal speculation swirled around his future. Texas A&M quarterback. I can't even really see that part.
Marcel Reed.
Yeah, Marcel Reed. He said, deliver a jaw-dropping message. He was prepared to walk away from major NIL offer to remain in College Station, right? What head coach Mike Elko said in response sent shockwaves through the nation. All right. And then this man says, Texas A&M is home. I don't play for money. I play for people who believe it. I play for the people who believe in me. Okay. Now, this right here, bro. It grind my gears when my young folks out there come out with dumb, silly messages like this, bro. Just to try to prove your loyalty to people who ain't loyal to you. Because if you go broke, all of them people that you ain't gonna take the money from, them folks ain't gonna give you $1. If your butt gotta sit there and file for the chapter 7 or chapter 11, they just gonna look at you silly. So you took all that time, just the honor for the team. I ain't taking the money. I wonder if any of them billionaires didn't take the money when y'all wasn't getting paid. Did any of them billionaires come to the aid of the Reggie Bushes or the Maurice Clarettes? Did they do any of that? No, they didn't. So when people say that, why the coach, that motherfucker ain't said that, yeah, man, you know what? I'll coach for free. He didn't say that. So why would you, any player, ever make this statement? I don't play to pay, to get paid or whatever it is that you say, just to try to prove your loyalty to folks who are not loyal to you, bro. I didn't understand that message, bro. I had a very big problem with this because it's folks that took less money in the NBA who's broke. It's folks that took less money in NFL who's now broke. Did any of them billionaires said, you know what? You took less money. You did a really, patriotic thing. You did a great justice, man. You was very selfless. I'm talking about selfless, my guy. I want to give you $5 million for going broke, man. I understand your sentiment. You did it for me. Let me do this for you. Had that ever happened? No, right? So all you damn players, take your money, bro. I always say this. I never understand how a billionaire can convince a millionaire to take a pay cut. He got the billions, but you want him to take the pay cut, bro. Man, come on, bro. I seen it, bro. I damn near fell out, and then they make it. Oh man, he's so honorable. Nah, man, give me my coins. I got family to take care of. I got people to look after. Give me my bread. You ain't coaching for free. I ain't playing for free. That's just me. I'm sorry.
Shout out to PA. He pointed out we got AYF and YNC champ playing right now. Ohio State versus Miami real quick, man. Great game, 17-14. Ohio is storming their way back. I'm going to say this, man. I disagree with you. You feel what I'm saying? First of all, the young man is getting paid. It's not as if he's not getting paid. It's not as if he's broke. It's not as if he's not getting $1. But he could leave to go somewhere to get more money, which there's going to always be more money. You can always go somewhere and get more money.
Not
but
always. It's a window you got. But go
okay,
ahead.
there's a window to get more money, but money don't always bring happiness when you already have some. If you already getting money, that don't mean that you can go to a new situation and be happy. You feel what I'm saying? That don't mean that you can go to a new situation and have success. Right? If I'm have success in this right here and I feel like this is where I'm happy at, I'm happy with the money that I'm getting. Just because they offering a bigger bag, I don't know if I'm going to have success over there. So then what happens is if I jump ship here and I go somewhere that this ain't even home for me. This ain't it. Then what? Then everything that you just said is going to happen anyway. Because now I can't even continue to be what I was. Now my future bag is gone because I don't have the same level of success. So I don't think he should necessarily just move for money, bro. Because ultimately, brother, the game, the game ain't supposed to be strictly about money. That's not what it's supposed to all be about. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things where I disagree with you. I
I gotta
disagree
call
with you.
Cap on Ken though, because you the what's wrong? What then got to these kids? They don't even have the love for the game no more. I'm gonna go back and find it. You know, I've been going through these episodes and clipping
Damn,
up these things to post on the page. You know, I've been
get
doing
him,
this. So for you to
get him.
come on here, I get what you
Yeah,
said. I understand the
yeah,
sentiment
yeah.
because
Get his ass, Micah. You ain't gotta get what
you
that Negro
spewed
saying,
something that
man.
I would say. I would say go get the money. You say what about these team? What about
Get
these players
Micah,
being loyal to
Micah.
these teams
Stop,
and staying
stop
at a
being
team
polite.
and building with these
Yeah,
teams and
yeah.
what happened to the love
Hold
of the
on, I can't
game
see him. Let me.
and now it's about go and get the
Yeah,
bag.
get his ass,
Micah,
Micah.
Micah.
I'm
Bruh,
asking.
number one, shut the hell up. That's it. First of all, I am talking about the man talking about playing for free when the
This man
bag
ain't
is
playing for
there,
free, bro. He ain't playing for
right?
free.
Just saying, like, he's saying basically he's saying that if they wasn't gonna offer a different situation, he would have stayed for free. And I'm saying that's just like, yeah, I get to play, you know what I'm saying? But if you got folks out there, bro, that you got to feed and take care of and all that other stuff. Yeah, I'm saying like just to even offer that, bro, just to even say that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me. Yeah, you don't have to go to another college unless they're saying, listen, you're not worth nothing. Okay, then you can go somewhere else. But him just coming out and voluntarily say that, oh well, yeah, I'll stay, like I ain't here just to get paid. Like, bro, like what's the purpose of saying that? What's the purpose of saying that? It make no sense. Just to try to show how much of an alliance that you have with people that really don't give a two cares about you. Like that's what I'm really saying. But I like loyal folks. I do.
You want money or you want loyalty, bro?
Wow.
You confusing the hell out of me, bro.
Nah, no, no. He ain't confused. You know what the hell I'm saying. I just said it.
This man want loyalty or he want money, man.
Hey, nah, no, 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 no. Hey, it's loyalty into disrespect until disrespected. Who you gonna stay loyal to? You probably loyal to your damn chick, right? Until you get disrespected. That's the thing. You feel what I'm saying? Anytime that you're like you're trying to take stuff off the table, then that equates to disrespect. Then I gotta go. But don't volunteer, that type of, you know what I'm saying, situation. That's where I had a problem.
I guess, man. I'm gonna let you rock, man. I
But
don't
hey,
know if
man,
I'm
I
gonna
ain't got
say.
nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
No, I ain't got much today. I do want to let PA know, bro, that that running back ain't number one on all platforms. I'm just saying. Pennsylvania does have allegedly they have the top running back out of PA, which is I forgot his name.
I
It's
can't
like
think of his
Keenan.
name. It's
It's like
yeah,
Keenan. It's like Keenan, but
Iman or something. Yeah.
Keemon. I'm so sorry, man. I be messing all y'all. My name Charles. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But Keemon. But he ain't number one on every single platform. I just want to throw that out there. Go ahead though, Ken. I just wanted to throw it out there. He ain't number one on all platforms.
For tuning in, sports family. Also, go to all social media platforms. Link will be in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you.